everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, I'd really love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I just love interacting with you all, so leave a comment, I will respond back, and I even like to watch your videos sometimes. On today's video, we are going to be reviewing something really exciting, which you already know by the title, which is BH Cosmetics Midnight Festival palette. This one I'm really excited about. It has the most enchanting packaging I've ever seen in a palette. Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this, but we're gonna do it anyways. So here's what the palette looks like. The images change depending on the way you hold what you're looking at. I mean, how cool is that? Sometimes there's fireworks, sometimes they're not. This is just, I love this packaging. I didn't know it was gonna be like this, and then I opened it up in the mail and I'm like, yes. Score 10 for packaging and score 20 for the price on this bad boy. It is only $15, which is extremely reasonable in my opinion. You get 20 shadows and they just look, oh my gosh, so colorful and so beautiful. I love it. You get a mirror. It's not the biggest mirror, but you know what? For a $15 palette, the fact that you even have a mirror is awesome. And something that I noticed about this palette right away is that they really put some thought into the layout of it. So up here you have the only 4 shimmers in the palette, which are up top. And then you have a row of 4 pressed glitters here. But that's not all I noticed. It looks like they divided each row up by an eye look. So here you have your more purple eye look, you have your blue eye look here, green, and pink. So very cool. And then you just have your pressed glitters over there, like I said, which, you know, they had to put them somewhere. So I just think that's so cool. They really laid it out for you because a lot of color like this can be a little bit intimidating, and you can look at it and be like, yeah, I don't really know how to wear this, but they kind of took the guesswork out of it for you. So that's really cool. What I like to do when I have a larger palette like this is I like to do 2 eye looks. 1 look on each eye. And what I think I'm gonna do, because I just did a blue and purple eye look in my Fantasy Makers video, I think I'm going to do green and this kind of pinky orange look right here. But I'll still swatch all the shadows for you. So if you stay till the end of the video, you can see the swatches of all these. So without further ado, I'm gonna pull you in. I'm gonna go check on my dog real quick to make sure he's not chewing on anything he shouldn't be chewing on in the living room. And we're gonna get started and have fun and play with some makeup. Yup. He definitely got a hold of one of my books. I'm gonna start with the green eye first. And the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna take this white shade called Star and just put it all over the lid. And what you wanna do is when you have neon colors that you're working with, it's best to put a white base down so that way the colors will really show up and just be vibrant. Okay, so not as white as I was hoping for. I do have a white from their, I don't know, what are their bigger palettes? I can't remember the name of it. And it definitely performs a little bit better than this, so. I mean, definitely I recommend if you have a better white that you like working with to put that shade down first. Now for the crease shade, I'm going to go in with this really bright yellow daisy color. This is about on par with other yellows that I've worked with, so this one really is not bad at all. Now I'm going to go back in with After Party and put that in my outer V with my very stained purple brush. Okay, you get a little bit of fallout in the pan, but nothing bad on the face, so that's good. So while I do this, fun fact, the very first eyeshadow palette I ever got, you definitely get fallout with this green shade. And now I have green lashes and some green right here, but ooh, I'm liking that. I'm liking that green though. Okay. So what I was trying to say is, fun fact, is the first eyeshadow palette I ever got was from BH Cosmetics, and it was their Party Girl palette. I remember seeing some YouTuber use it in her video, and I was like, ooh, I want it, and I was just so in love with it. I went onto their website and I purchased it, and I felt so special and cool. I'm like, I have a makeup palette now. And yeah, it was really great. I used it all the time, and I actually still have that palette because, you know, sentimental reasons. So I hope that this mint shimmer shade called Laser will apply just fine without a spray, because I don't have it. I mean, I guess I could always use my finger. I'm not huge on using my fingers to apply eyeshadow with. I really like using sponge tip applicators. I feel like they work just as good, if not better, than a finger to apply some of your shimmer shades, which I would use if they were clean, but they're not. I mean, it is buildable. It takes a little bit to build it, but you can build it with a brush, a dry brush. I tell you what though, I also ordered this metallic lipstick or something from BH Cosmetics, and I do not like it. It's just like really patchy and bleeding all outside my lips, and it does not look cute on me. And now I'm just going to take this blue Bubbles, I thought it said Blissful, this blue bubble shade and just line it. Ooh, that's pretty. So there you have it. Not bad at all. That's pretty vibrant. I mean, for a $15 palette, those are some good neon. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do the other eye with this side. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that orange shade called Ferris Wheel, and I'm going to put that in my crease. Other than that one green shade I used, I'm not really getting fallout on anything else, so that's fantastic. Okay, this orange shade's a little hard to blend out. Oh gosh, Jesus, Braid, that looks like the orange powder you get in macaroni and cheese. And I'm gonna go back into the crease a little bit with this hot pink shade that I have like a million of, but yet every time I see a palette that has this pink shade in it, I'm like, ooh, I need it. It's like, why? You already have it like 10 times over. So I'm not really a fan of this orange color on its own. Be warned, this pink is gonna stain your eyelid for sure. I worked with enough bright pinks to know that. Actually, I'm curious, does this say? It says it's a 20 color shadow and pressed glitter palette. It lets you create next level eye looks, perfect from dancing. So it doesn't say it's not recommended for use in the eye area, which is a little weird because when you have pressed glitters and you have pigments in a palette, which I can pretty much guarantee that's what this pink one is, they usually put some type of warning on it. It's because the pigments tend to stay in the eyelid, like this pink will no doubt do, and the glitters can get in your eye. Okay, so that is a very vibrant pink, and the colors mix nicely together without looking muddy, so that's a plus. All right, so moving on to the outer corner, I am going to take that purple shade. Ooh, this is a really nice lilac purple. So we're going to take that sparkly pink shade. Yes. So let's line the eye with that Techno. Oh man, how pretty is that? That is like a purple sunset right there. I love it. It reminds me of a desert sunset. Yes. You go, BH. Okay, there's the two different eye looks. Which one do you guys like better? I am partial to this one. Before I get into my promised swatches, let's just talk about this palette real quickly. I definitely recommend it if you are into colors. There's really not many workable transition shades in here. I don't think there's really any, in fact. So just know that whatever look you do, it's gonna be vibrant all the way, which I guess that's what you want for a festival. If it's gonna bother you to have to pull in another palette, because I guess that's kind of what you're gonna have to do to make the look wearable, then I wouldn't recommend it. But otherwise, if you just love playing around with color, you're not afraid of it, for $15 you really can't go wrong. You have a lot of options in here, and I like how it breaks it down into different looks. I thought the colors were pretty pigmented. None of them had fallout except for that one green shade. You can get quite a few very different looks from this palette. I only had 2 complaints about this palette. One is that some of the shades were hard to blend, and the shimmers were a little bit more sheer than I would like. They do take a little bit of work to build up. They are definitely buildable, but just know that it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. But I imagine if you use your finger or a wet brush, you probably wouldn't have any problem. So for $15, it's a steal. And I mean, look at this adorable packaging. I mean, this alone, hello, is worth it. So now what you've all been waiting for, the swatches. So these are going to be your swatches from the first 2 rows that I did my eye looks from. Just know that if you see this palette in Ulta or something and you go to swatch it and the swatches are disappointing, just know that it does perform much better on the eyes, because I definitely had to work to build up some of these swatches, but I had no problem building up the pigmentation on the eyelid. And just look at this bubblegum pink shade. How pretty is that? And I love this one too, this mint one. So gorgeous. And here's going to be your swatches from the other 2 rows. And man, I kind of wish I had done an eye look with these 4 shades right here, because how beautiful is that blue? It has a blue-green shift to it. It's so pretty. And I just love this coral shade. I'm obsessed with coral eyeshadow right now. And here are your 4 other shades. This pink shade right here is essentially non-existent. So I guess that can be your one transition shade in this entire palette. Okay, so there you have it. There's my review. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my new uploads. Okay, bye.